gathered here today on this most happy occasion to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony. Marriage is an institution of God. God himself was the originator of it when he said, "For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united with his wife, and the two will become one flesh." We learn from the scriptures that Jesus honored a marriage festival with his presence, and I think it is not without significance that he chose this occasion to begin his miracles when he turned water into wine. I think it is not out of order either that the Holy Spirit, speaking through Paul, selected the symbol of husband and wife as an apt emblem of the union that binds together Christ with his church. The union of husband and wife in heart, body, and mind is intended by God for the mutual joy, for the help and comfort given one another in prosperity as well as in adversity, and for raising children in the knowledge and the love of the Lord. Therefore, marriage is not to be entered into unadvisedly or lightly, but reverently, deliberately, and in accordance with the purposes for which it was instituted by God. In the Bible, Paul wrote beautifully about the power of love in his first book of letters to the Corinthians. In chapter 13, he says, "If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and have all faith as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing." Joe and Flo, it is clear that you both have found love with one another. The love you have will only grow stronger in time as you share the trials and triumphs that life brings. Let the words of Paul be a continuing reminder of how to love one another. He writes, "Love is patient, love is kind, love is not jealous or boastful, it is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its way, it is not irritable or resentful, it does not rejoice at wrong, but rejoices in the right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes in all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. For our knowledge is imperfect, and our prophecy is imperfect. But when the perfect comes, the imperfect pass away. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall fully understand, even as I have been fully understood. So faith, hope, love abide. These three, but the greatest of these is love." Joe, you are about to take upon yourself a pure resolve, a solemn vow, incurring great and lasting responsibilities. The woman of your choice is now to become the partner of your life, the co-heir of your possessions, the queen of your home. In no other way could she so manifest her love for you. She leaves her home ties, the companionship of friends, all these to share with you the joys and sorrows of life. With you she will now abide, and for you will she live. Flo, you are also to assume great responsibilities. He whom you are about to wed will look to you for solace in his hour of trial. Your smile should be his brightest day, your voice his sweetest music, your industry his greatest wealth, your economy his safest steward, your lips his faithful counselor, and your prayers his most advocate at heaven's court. In the consummation of the first marriage, the woman whom God made as a helpmate for the man was not taken from his head to rule over him, nor from his feet to be trampled by him, but from his side, that she might be his equal, from under his arm, that she might receive his protection, and from near his heart, that she might own and command his love. The relation of husband and wife is most sacred when it is that of two souls with a single thought, two hearts that beat as one. It is the blending of two lives, the union of two natures. Will you, Joe, have Flo to be your wedded wife, to live together after God's ordinances in the holy estate of matrimony? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto her, so long as you both shall live? Will you, Flo, have Joe to be your wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinances in holy matrimony? Will you love him and comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto him, so long as you both shall live? Joe and Flo have decided to share with one another what they have called a declaration of love. And because Flo got hers in first, she will be doing hers first.
Yeah, get closer.
I was never the little girl who dreamt of her wedding day. I don't even recall giving serious thought to what marriage would be like or who my husband would be, with the exception of Taylor Hanson. As years passed on, I watched my friends and family get married and start their lives. I was always happy for them, but never thought that it was for me. I couldn't have imagined that there was someone who could handle my crazy, calm my storm, and be able to stand their ground against my somewhat pushy demeanor. I determined that marriage just wasn't for me. Of course, everyone told me, well, you don't know what God has planned. And of course, he would speak to me through many voices. But as a somewhat stubborn person, I didn't listen. I remember sitting on my bed one night and telling God, okay, if you want me to get married, I'm open to it now. I will trust you. And 3 days later, I met you.
No.
And you scared me.
And what?
But from the first time that we kissed, I knew that God was responding to my prayer. You are everything I never knew I always needed. I thank you for asking me out that day, for allowing me to be my true self, for loving me when I'm at my worst, and putting me in my place when I'm unreasonable, and seeing me through my tough guy exterior to the soft, easily hearted, broken girl that I've always been. I love you, Joseph Kent, Alexander Daniel. I love you.
Very good. Good luck, honey. Good luck, honey.
All I want to say is that I can't live my life without you. When you look at me, hi guys, your smile, that encourages me. I want to be wherever you are. And people have just been talking in the car. I knew what you could do to me. Knowing the sacrifices you made for our kids, I felt so proud of you. There isn't enough stars in the sky to keep the shade. Be still my heart because there's nothing more perfect.
Oh, gosh. Oh.
Here at this altar, I take you, Flo, to be my wife, and promise that I will loyally fulfill my obligations as your husband, to protect you, to honor you, to love you, and cherish you in adversity as well as in prosperity, and keep myself unto you. I want to laugh with you, and love you, and watch over you, and protect you. I want to stay with you, worship with you, pray with you, and serve God with you. As long as we both show
Here in the presence of God and His witnesses, I take you, Joe, to be my husband, as we become one in Christ. I will love you and honor you from this time on until death shall separate us.
Joe and Flo have selected rings to be a token of their marriage covenant, which is fitting as the ring is one of the oldest wedding traditions. Originating in the days of the pharaohs of Egypt, couples would exchange rings made of braided papyrus and reeds because the circular band was seen as a representation of eternity and a love that had neither a beginning nor an end. They wore it like we do today on the fourth finger of the left hand because of a belief that the vein of that finger directly traveled from the heart. Therefore, the symbol of their love would be placed closest to their lover's heart. This tradition would be passed on to the Romans, who would call this vein vena amoris, which in Latin is the vein of love. The material of which the ring was made, gold, the type that which is least tarnished and most enduring. And it was to show how lasting and imperishable is the faith which is now mutually pledged. Joe, give this ring in token that you will keep this covenant and perform these vows? And do you, Flo, receive this ring in token that you will keep this covenant and perform these vows? You, Flo, give this ring in token that you will keep this covenant and perform these vows?
I do.
And do you, Joe, receive this ring in token that you will keep this covenant and perform these vows? Let these rings continue to both of you to be symbols of the value, the purity, and the faithfulness of true wedded love, and a seal of the vows you have now made. Joe and Flo realized that this marriage is not just the coming together of husband and wife, but a family. Joe, Flo, Jason, and Genesis all have a part to play in the blending of this family together. Where lives and loyalty may have been split, now are of one focus, one direction together. Joe, realizing and not taking lightly his role as father, has prepared something that he'd like to share with Jason and Genesis.
love you with all that I have. I never thought that I would ever be so blessed to raise a young man with such a loving heart. I vow to love and care for you. I vow never to forget my number one job, which is to teach you all that I know. I will never leave you. You are my son. You mean everything. As a token of thank baby girl. My whole life, I wanted to be a dad. I wanted a little girl so much. But who knew that I'd already have one made for me? Someone who loves so fierce, who is kind to everyone she ever meets. You'd bring me food that worked just because you knew that I wouldn't eat myself. I vow to love and support you always. I vow to show you how a man should love you by reminding you how beautiful you are and showing your mother how much she means to you. I will never leave you, and I will never stop loving you. Please.
This is the story of the Son of God hanging on a cross for me. It ends with a bride and groom and a wedding by a glassy sea. Oh, death, where is your sting? 'Cause I'll be there singing holy. Holy As much as you, Joe, and you, Flo, have consented together in wedlock and have given your love to each other in the sight of God and in the presence of this company, and have confirmed the same by the joining of hands and the giving and the receiving of a ring, now, therefore, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, I pronounce you husband and wife. It is my privilege to introduce to you, for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Boone.